All right, what's going on, guys? Trev back again, here to bring you another video. This one's going to be doing another sort of Walking Dead update type of video with some new news items surrounding The Walking Dead, starting with us giving our thoughts. Andrew Lincoln has made a post. Is he prepping for return as Rick? Awesome! Oh man, so exciting. I'll put the link in the description for you guys so you can check this out from Andrew Lincoln's, is it Instagram? I think it's his Instagram account. You can go ahead and check that out. He's done a post now. Target practice. Awesome. It's insane like how excited, like at least I personally get, and I think probably you guys do too, over just something so small. So I'm just making like this little post of himself doing target practice. But it's really exciting. And the first one says, beware of zombies. Oh, and he's got the Rick beard back. Right? Look at it. It's the Rick beard. So, that is sweet, man. So, is he getting ready for filming? Could be, man. Oh, man, I can't wait, right? This is so exciting, man, to get to see, how things kind of shape up here for filming, get ready for the movie, and then eventual release for the Walking Dead movie. This is seriously like my most anticipated movie of all time. As you guys might expect, right? You're probably not surprised to hear. Yeah, Trev's most excited movie of all time is the Walking Dead movie, which at one time it was a fan theory. It's like we did videos discussing that like 5 or 6 years ago. We're like, will they ever do a Walking Dead movie? Will they ever do a Walking Dead movie? And it's just like something that came out. It's like, well, apparently yes, they're going to. So very exciting stuff. I love it. Check out the link so you can see that one. So that's funny. And then we got one where he's shooting off some arrows. It looks like for target practice. So Daryl style, right? No, probably not crossbow, but I don't know. But that's pretty cool, man. That's something. Maybe is he prepping to get ready? Is he going to have to, use that in, in the movies or something, right? Could we see Rick sporting a bow and arrow or something of the sort like this? Maybe, but, I'm sure Daryl will like that one. And then we got the last picture here of him shooting off, what is that, a rifle with a scope? Some kind of rifle for practice. So is he just having some fun? Is he prepping for the Walking Dead movie? I don't know. Do they kind of have to, do some kind of prior, maybe they do some workouts or something, get themselves in shape, maybe fire off some guns and stuff like that for real to get themselves in the right mindset or something like this before they start. So will we see the Walking Dead movie start filming soon? Oh God, I hope so. So exciting. It's funny how it like it's not a big deal, Trev. He just posted a damn picture of himself. But he's got a beware zombies sign in the background. It's a beware zombies. I don't know. It's just awesome. Love it. Disproportionately excited to the release, right? So that's how ready I am to see this Walking Dead movie, and that's going to be cool. And then the second one we have as a news item is that surprisingly, the Walking Dead graphic novel for the 2010s. So this is for the whole decade of the 2010s. Was the top-selling graphic novel, and it got 3 out of the top 10 spots for graphic novels for the 2010s, for the whole decade. So not just for a year, but for the entire 2010s decade. And the one that got the first place spot, beating out whatever else, Superman, Batman, X-Men, Marvel, Avengers, whatever, for graphic novels anyway, not for individual comic releases, but for this type of format, is The Walking Dead Volume 1, Days Gone By. So that one won out the decade, biggest selling comic trade graphic novel of the entire decade. And I think 2 and 3 were also in the top 10. So it makes sense, right? Like if you're going to watch the Walking Dead TV series or you want to check out Walking Dead, well, which volume do you buy first? Well, you buy the first one. You buy Days Gone By, you buy Volume 1. And then on the cover here, you've got Rick, you've got Lori, and you've got Carl, right? So that makes sense. And then the other two, I think, was 2 and 3 were also in the top 10 spots. But yeah, Walking Dead, the best-selling graphic novel of the 2010s. It kind of just shows how much of a phenomenon The Walking Dead, is and was during that decade. Because not only was it successful in the TV series version, not only did it spawn these other series that we're seeing now too, with Fear currently working on its 6th season, which we're going to see this summer. World Beyond hitting in the springtime, so expanding out. But then the comic book universe as well too. Also, in a way, in terms of meaningful releases, because that's kind of what these are. These are like a collectible. People will read individual comics, like they'll just buy one for $4 or $5, and sometimes you can get some of those could be really, really high selling. But when it comes to like people wanting to actually go through something, they generally buy the graphic novels. And with The Walking Dead being the top selling of the whole decade, it kind of just goes to show how much of a phenomenon it really is and how good The Walking Dead really is overall, that it beat the big Marvel and DC ones in this format. And then next we got one from Uprocks who highlighted this one, which I did see last week from the Gimple updated interviews, but I don't think we've given our thoughts on it just yet, on the kind of serialized format that Fear the Walking Dead Season 6 is going to take. So link will be in the description for this one as well, too. You guys can check this one out. It's from Dustin Rolls. And I like Fear the Walking Dead will change quite a bit in Season 6, and then he puts in brackets, and that's not necessarily a good thing. And I love how he chooses the picture of, he just asked for the, like, that represents Fear the Walking Dead, right? Bunch of bastards on the internet. It's like, will you leave the 26-year-old blonde girl alone? What the hell is the matter with you guys? I mean, come on. So the quote is that structurally the show is going to change quite a bit. There's going to be a great deal more focus within the stories, a little less vignette-y in telling 16 little movies, Gimple told Entertainment Weekly. The guys are out of the gate wonderfully with the first 2 episodes, and it is a differentiating thing. It's something that separates that show from the other 2 shows, telling these 16 little movies being a bit more anthological. It is still a serialized story, but it's told through these very focused perspectives. So what's the translation for that? They're going to bottle off all the episodes. That's the translation for that. They're just going to bottle off everything in the whole season. So it's like what Dustin said here. He's not necessarily wrong here. He said, like, that's not necessarily a good thing. I actually kind of agree with him, because most of the time, we'll do this probably pretty soon. I've been meaning to do this for a few weeks, which is the top 10 worst episodes of The Walking Dead. And Swear is number 1 is the worst episode they've ever done, according to, for the original Walking Dead series, not including any of the Fear stuff. But, so it's more of like that kind of bottled off, standalone type of style, which generally speaking has been one that, from what I've seen online anyway, people don't like. If you look at Swear as being listed as the worst episode of the Walking Dead original series that they ever did, the reason why that is because it's bottled off just on Tara and Heath and kind of the ocean side there, prior to it being cool, I want to say. And recently it's actually been kind of cool with the ocean side, but prior to that. So basically what that sounds like is it sounds like you're getting to see Fear kind of do something else. Well, maybe that's not a bad thing. They're going to try something a little bit different with it this year. And they did sort of separate the group up so distant and in such different spots with Virginia there that I guess maybe they have to kind of do that. But it says here, quote, there's these episodes like Althea and Isabel, or June and Dory, that were super focused episodes, that were some of our favorite stories to tell, and we're leaning into that a little more. So they're going to try to do even more kind of focused episodes and sectioned off episodes, and then we'll have to see how people like those and how that kind of turns out. Well, they're trying things. Let's see how it works out. Let's give them, let's not judge too early and just say, oh man, they're going to be standalone episodes. It's going to suck or whatever. We got to have to give it a chance. And I re-looked into the release date for Fear the Walking Dead Season 6's first episode, and I can't find online when it's going to be. So maybe AMC hasn't even really decided yet, and it's kind of a tentative type of release date. But we'll see when it actually gets set to. When we see it, I'll let you guys know as soon as I know. And leave your comments below on what you guys think about them kind of doing more sort of that sort of separated, focused type of story, maybe around certain, couples or groups of characters in Season 6 for Fear, instead of kind of more overall sort of kind of episodes where you focus on a couple different groups or a few different groups in the same episodes. I don't want to judge it too early before we actually get to see something for it. I mean, we should at least wait to get to see a trailer or the first episode before we really kind of judge or do anything with that. And we do have some different questions for you guys for today about, lots of different stuff, Walking Dead movies and Fear. So first one came in from AA. It says, Trev, why are you bothering making videos discussing Fear? Because I feel like it, AA. Gosh, I'll do whatever the hell I want to. That's basically what I'm doing to the channel right now, with you guys. Like, I appreciate all your guys' support. I appreciate you guys watching and everything like that. And I'm going to try to keep going for you guys for, several more years to come. But basically what I'm doing is what I want to do. That's what this is. I want to do, if I feel like doing a video, with us giving our thoughts and Andrew Lincoln posting, a picture of himself doing target practice, then I'm going to do that. If I don't feel like doing a review for something, then that's just what I'm going to do. But I feel like with Walking Dead, Walking Dead's my favorite. So for that, I kind of want to stay up to date with everything Walking Dead. And again, like I said, if you guys aren't into certain series, if you try World Beyond and you don't like it, and it gets a second season, then maybe what I can do for you guys is I can do a recap at the beginning of the reviews each week, tell you, independently what I thought was good, what I thought wasn't good about them, and you guys can kind of get the update that way. If you don't want to watch a whole episode all the way through of World Beyond or Fear or whatever, that's fine. I'm doing it because I want to, AA. I'm not doing it because I don't have any other agenda. I enjoy doing this with you guys, and that's the purpose of me doing it. That's why I do it. Diana Rainey says, how is he going to handle 3 movies when he can't handle one about Gimple? He's not done with the script and still had no director. Meanwhile, Universal Pictures is waiting on Gimple. I have a feeling they could back out of the deal because Gimple's incompetent. So, Diana, no, don't worry, Diana. I don't think anything like that is going to happen. I know some people are kind of saying, like, maybe they don't think the movies are going to get done, or they don't think this is going to work, or whatever. I wouldn't worry about that. With the information I just told you about the 2010s and the Walking Dead comic being number 1 for the entire decade in terms of trade releases, that tells you right there how much backing it has. So to see Rick come back in the movies, Universal's not stupid. They greenlight all kinds of comic book stuff that's just junk nowadays. Anything with a comic book they'll greenlight. And they'll try it pretty much because sometimes they get these big hits out of it and they can do several movies, trilogies or whatever. So is The Walking Dead a property that can get that with Rick and and everything, and they can go through with it? They'd be stupid not to. So I wouldn't worry about it at all. I'm sure it's going to get done. At least for the first movie, maybe a second, and then we'll see about a third movie and whether or not that's what they want to do. Maybe it just comes down to, at the end of the day, Andrew Lincoln couldn't keep doing that kind of crazy schedule as the guy in the hot seat at the very front of the biggest series on cable, year after year, 16 episodes a year, 9 years running. Gimple said either way that was happening. He couldn't keep doing that schedule. It was too much for him, so they had to think of a solution, and this is the solution they decided to go with. And I think it's a bit of a risky solution to try to do a movie instead of just doing what you're used to, stretching a bit and getting out of your comfort zone a bit. And with that, you're going to have to figure some things out because it's not the same type of business. It's not the same deal. So it takes time to sort that out, and that's what they're doing. And I think it's going to be great when we eventually see it. It's just we have to be patient. That's all, right? So that's just what it is. Dominic Ambrosio says, who do you think will wind up in the trilogy of Rick movies from the original Walking Dead series? So he's saying Michonne, Judith, AJ, Carol, Daryl, Morgan, any from Fear the Walking Dead, Negan. What are your predictions on this, Trev? We'd love to know who you think is going to end up in the movies. The problem is, Dominic, is like, we don't even have a trailer yet. We don't even have any, I guess it's possible any of the ones who are alive could somehow end up in the movies one way or another. I don't know how. He has said that he would like to do some kind of mega crossover thing between all different series or something like that. How are they going to coordinate that? How would they work that out? I don't know. We'd have to kind of see how that goes. I would love to see something like that, but I think your primary ones to see in the Rick movies, if you can get Michonne in there, if you can get Judith in there, that'd be awesome. I think he said AJ, but I think he meant RJ, right? Is that what you were thinking, Dominic? You get his name wrong. That's not great. So RJ possibly, that would be cool if Rick finds out he's got another kid. So that'd be a good one. So yeah, those are probably your primary ones. Aside from that, Daryl, Carol, right, and then Morgan, and then anybody else would be after that in terms of their past history with Rick and kind of them getting to see him. So something like that. So. Mission to Be a Man says we need a 3-hour epic on the story of Morales, Trev, from where he left Rick in season 1 up when he meets again in season 8. So you want to see, this was after the specials. So Gimple said that they're going to do different Walking Dead specials and different things like that, like one-shots, TV specials, mini-series maybe online and things like that. We'll have to see what they end up getting done, but something like that. So Mission to Be a Man wants to see one for Morales. So Morales' journey. So you want to see him after Helicopter Boy, after he leaves, and then up until when he, sees Rick again before Daryl kills him. So Gimple can sadistically punish us for asking for us to bring a character back, kill him the next episode, and have Daryl be the one to do it. Do I think they'll do a Morales special? No. I mean, that's ridiculous. Why would they do it? He ends up just being killed by Daryl in the end anyway. His story's not like a proud, heroic one. It's more like when they met him at the beginning, he was kind of this standoffish kind of guy. And then as things went through, he just became, and he had a family and stuff, so there was some, sympathy for him there. You feel for him there. He's leaving with his family. He thinks it's the right thing to do to go off on his own, and it ended up not being the right thing to do. But would you want to see a story of him just going out there, losing his family, losing his mind, going crazy, and then becoming a savior? Actually, that's kind of awesome, as a matter of fact. I would like to see that. So, but I don't think they'll do it. There's no way they're going to do it. And there's no way that the casual fan would, be able to get into that, I don't think. It's probably not the right formula for a serious, a series or something. It's more of like an internet meme than it is an actual series. And the last one will be from Briz Zux Jaeger, who says, hey, I think Rosita is getting killed off in the next half of season 10. The actress is playing Selena for Netflix. And we should do our death predictions for the second half of the season. We haven't done that yet, have we? So we'll have to do that soon, maybe the next couple weeks or so. So some people have said that quite a few times after we found out the news that she was going to play Selena. Congratulations to her. But no, I don't think they're going to kill Rosita off. I really don't. They don't have that many. How many character deaths can you do? You're going to kill off Ezekiel, maybe Jerry and Rosita too. How many more do you, you can't kill off that many because your roster's getting too low already as it is for the original Walking Dead series. So for me, I feel like they need to add on more characters and kind of, get more kind of in there because it's feeling kind of shy. I mean, you have to have some character deaths as Whisper Wars go through and stuff like this, but, should you really be killing her off right now? It's no, because it's who do you have to replace her with? It's I don't know. You don't really have anybody. So I think they'll probably work around it. I think they'll do what they have to do. Congratulations to her on getting an awesome role. That's good. But no, I don't see that, man. I don't see them killing her off. I could be wrong, though. We'll see how things go in the next half, but I don't think so. Anyway, that'll be it for today's video, guys. If you liked it, please thumb it up below. You can share, you can favorite, and subscribe at the bottom left if you're new. That's it for this one. See you guys again soon for another. It's Trav saying peace later, guys. See you soon.